Hello there, you're watching Nightline, and I'm Sabrina Zainal. The top stories. Prime Minister unveils national cloud policy to modernize government operations. And Iran to launch ballistic missile on Zionist regime. Good morning. We begin Nightline with news from the foreign front. A senior White House official on Tuesday said that the United States has indications that Iran is preparing to imminently launch a ballistic missile attack against Israel. Israel, however, has not identified any aerial threat being launched from Iran, and the report comes after the Zionist military claimed that it has launched a ground offensive in Lebanon as it stepped up efforts to target Hezbollah strongholds. The regime said that its commando and paratroop units had launched raids into Lebanon as part of a limited ground incursion. A Hezbollah spokesperson, however, said that the Zionist military had not entered Lebanese territory, but that Hezbollah would be ready to fight them in direct clashes if they did. The Zionist regime also continued its air attacks across Lebanon, including on several neighborhoods in southern Beirut. In the meantime, leaders from across the world on Tuesday called for a ceasefire and a step back from the brink of all-out war following the Zionist regime's ground incursion into Lebanon. In a statement, Turkish Foreign Ministry condemned the ground attack as a violation of sovereignty and territorial integrity, describing the move as an unlawful act of occupation. It said the attacks would target not only the security and stability of countries in the region, but also those outside the region. The UAE's Foreign Affairs Ministry also expressed deep concern over the escalating violence and called for international support to prevent further escalation. Meanwhile, the Japanese government expressed serious concern over the ground incursion and stressed that all possible measures must be taken to prevent civilian casualties. Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni said that a de-escalation at regional level is urgent and necessary. She added that Italy, which holds the G7 rotating presidency, is working with its allies to stabilize the situation and help people who have been displaced by the fighting to return to their homes. Back home, the Foreign Ministry is taking steps to evacuate 15 Malaysians and 3 foreign spouses from Lebanon following the deteriorating security situation in the country. Wisma Putra said that 9 Malaysians have already left the country voluntarily, while 4 others have decided to stay. In a statement on Tuesday, the ministry said that the Malaysian embassy in Beirut will still be in operation with 4 staff members until further notice. It also highlighted that Malaysia unequivocally condemns the Zionist regime's continued aggression through its airstrikes and ground offensive against Lebanon. The ministry emphasized that it is crucial for all parties to avoid escalating the already tense situation within the country. The statement also added that Malaysia stands in solidarity with Lebanon and joins the overwhelming call by the international community for an urgent ceasefire to prevent further humanitarian catastrophe in Lebanon.
Join us again this week as we explore Malaysia's fiscal reforms, the ringgit's recovery and cost of living concerns. Plus what the 2025 budget means and how it will impact you. Money Matters with Malaysia's top financial leaders, Finance Minister too, Dato Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan, and Bank Negara Governor Dato Sri Abdul Rashid Ghaffur this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
The government will introduce the National Cloud Policy aimed at enhancing innovation and efficiency through cloud technology with a focus on 4 key areas. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said the policy, among other objectives, aims to modernize government operations, foster greater citizen engagement, and streamline the delivery of public services. Speaking at Google's groundbreaking ceremony for the tech giant's new data center and cloud region in Malaysia on Tuesday, Anwar stated that the first of the 4 core areas is enhancing public service innovation and efficiency.
Embracing technology will allow government agencies to optimize processes, lower costs, and serve the rakyat better. A notable example is, of course, the Ministry of Education's creation of the Delima platform of Google's cloud technology.
Secondly, the government seeks to promote economic competitiveness and growth and fuel economic expansion by enabling businesses, especially small and medium enterprises and startups, to harness cloud technology for innovation, operational efficiency, and access to global markets. Another key area involves strengthening user trust and data security. To achieve this, the government will establish robust security frameworks and protocols to protect sensitive data and critical infrastructure in both public and private cloud environments. It will also empower citizens through digital inclusivity with a citizen-centric approach, utilizing cloud technology to enhance the accessibility and efficiency of digital-first public services. Meanwhile, Anwar said that the government aims to position Malaysia as a hub for generative artificial intelligence AI. He pointed out that AI and investments from tech partners such as Google will be critical in building a robust and secure digital infrastructure in the country.
The Google strategy, the inclusivity, the training, the collaboration with the students, the commitment to green technology, and therefore I must state that we will continue to have partners who share our values towards a sustainable future.
The $2 billion Google Data Center, which is under construction in Elmina Business Park, Selangor, will address rising demand for Google cloud capabilities, AI innovations, and other digital services used daily by individuals and organizations in Malaysia. Google's investment is expected to generate over $3.2 billion in economic impact and also create 26,500 jobs by 2030. Elsewhere in Kelantan, Anwar, who is also the finance minister, has affirmed the federal government's continuing support for the state's development. The prime minister emphasized that the Madani government has consistently provided assistance to the state, contrary to claims made by certain parties. Speaking at a meet-and-greet session with traders at the Siti Khadijah market in Kota Baru on Tuesday, Anwar stated that the federal government is committed to repairing the market under the 12th Malaysia Plan. The upgrades were needed not only for the 1,500 traders operating at the iconic market, which was opened nearly 40 years ago, but also because it is one of the main tourist attractions in Kelantan. The planned renovations will include repairs to the roof, toilets and electrical wiring, and will begin as soon as possible.
Kita dah lulus 1,5. Jadi kita minta tadi 7. Okeylah, saya lulus 5.5 juta ringgit sebagai jadi 3. Besar juga tu. Ini kenangkan keperluan 1,500 daerah sini.
Anwar added that the federal government has also allocated 8 million ringgit for the construction of a dialysis center under Yayasan Sultan Kelantan Darul Naim. The previously announced 20 million ringgit water pump project in Kelantan will also be expedited following the land approval from the state government. Malaysia has the potential to become a hub for technological innovation in Southeast Asia. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof emphasized that achieving this goal requires collaboration between the government, private and academic sectors to create an ecosystem that nurtures innovation at every level.
Yang kita perlukan sekarang ialah engineers bukan saja yang dapat buat design, bukan saja dapat buat bangunan, tapi untuk mencari solution kepada permasalahan bukan saja negara kita tapi permasalahan dunia. Dan dengan solution itu kita akan daripada research kita developkan dan kita dapat membekalkan penyelesaian kepada masalah yang dihadapi oleh dunia.
Fadilah said this after officiating the 2024 Board of Engineers Malaysia BEM convention, which was attended by over 300 participants in Kuala Lumpur on Tuesday. He added that educational institutions must be equipped to provide the next generation of engineers with the skills, knowledge and creativity necessary to strive in a constantly evolving global landscape. During the event, Fadilah also witnessed the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding MOU between 9 higher learning institutes and BEM, which aims to streamline the process for engineering graduates to register with the board and prepare them for employment in engineering fields. Now, the Health Ministry's enforcement will take prudent and reasonable measures in using powers under the Control of Smoking Products for Public Health Act, or Act 852. Its Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, said that the Act, which was gazetted on February 2nd, had come into force on Tuesday simultaneously with the regulations and orders under it. Dr. Zulkifli said that there are two aspects in implementation of Act 852, namely immediately and through education in order to create an atmosphere of mutual respect for the law and rights, especially in the sale of electronic cigarettes or vape products to minors. He also said that among the challenges are age identification and ensuring that individuals who purchase tobacco products are not minors.
Kalaupun kita katakan kita mahu kekuasaan segera, tetapi mestilah diambil tindakan yang berhemah. Dan apa yang kita mahukan adalah kerelaan dan kesediaan mereka yang terlibat dalam industri ini memahami bahawa kita lakukan semua ini adalah untuk kebaikan khasnya kesihatan anak remaja generasi muda kita.
Immediate enforcement starting Tuesday will be on the sale of smoking products and alternative products that are in the form of toys, which attract the attention of minors in order to curb the availability of these products. Dr. Zulkifli added that this is because his ministry takes seriously the negative effects of widespread smoking, including unethical promotional marketing targeting teenagers and children. The ministry will also employ educational enforcement for provisions on the registration and display of smoking products until March 31st, while the grace period for regulations on packaging and labels will end on September 30th next year. On another matter, Dr. Zulkifli said the Health Ministry is currently assessing the mental health of the children rescued from the charity homes operated by Global Ikhwan Services and Business Holdings, GISBH. He added that the children are suspected of experiencing psychological difficulties, likely due to the trauma they have endured.
Statistik secara lebih jelas dan lebih konkret, saya tidak boleh menyebutkannya begitu secara rambang. Namun apapun, banyak perkara masih dalam siasatan dan kami akan terlibat dari sudut untuk memberikan counselling.
Dr. Zulkifli also said that the National Centre of Excellence for Mental Health, NCEMH, is primarily responsible for providing counselling services, while his ministry is handling health and medical-related issues. GISBH has been in the spotlight for alleged criminal acts, including claims of cult-like practices, human trafficking, exploitation, as well as sexual and physical abuse of children. More than 500 children under the age of 18 have been rescued by authorities so far, following the recent nationwide crackdown known as UP Global. Of this total, 402 children were rescued when police raided 20 charity homes run by GISBH in Selangor and Negeri Sembilan on September 11th. The Credit Counselling and Debt Management Agency, AKPK, has revealed that 53,000 individuals under 30 are burdened by nearly 1.9 billion ringgit in cumulative debt. Second Finance Minister Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan said that AKPK also found that 28% of Malaysian working adults have borrowed money to purchase essential goods. According to Amir Hamzah, the growing accessibility of personal loans, credit cards, and buy now, pay later schemes is particularly concerning. This is especially true among young adults. While these tools may offer convenience, a lack of understanding of their implications and insufficient discipline in managing commitments can quickly lead to unmanageable debt. Based on statistics, only 36% of Malaysians have basic understanding of financial concepts such as interest rates, inflation, and risk diversification, which highlights the urgent need to improve financial literacy among the people. As of 2023, household debt had reached 1.53 trillion ringgit, equivalent to 84.2% of the gross domestic product, one of the highest ratios in the region. This alarming figure indicates that households are increasingly relying on credit to finance their lifestyles and investments. Scores dead in school bus fire. This and more from the foreign front when Nightline returns.
awesome.
Berat lah awak dia.
Kelakar gila.
Lucu gila. Korean accents punya scene tu semua lawak.
Scene dia naik motor dengan Pontianak.
Masa makan terapung atas meja tu, kau 200 kg tapi kau boleh terapung. Itu kelakar.
Yang dia menari-nari tu, lucu sangat. 10.
11.
9.5. 200 per 10 saya bagi.
I bagi 200 per 10.
Semua fan club dah sedia ke nak tengok artis kegemaran anda menang trofi ABPBH 36 secara langsung? Rebut tiket anda di www.tonton.com.my sebab tempat duduk sangatlah terhad. Tak sabarnya anugerah bintang popular berita harian 36. Untuk maklumat lanjut, layari www.tonton.com.my. ABPBH 36 eksklusif di TV3 dan boleh juga stream melalui Tonton. Teguh, kita bersama.
Diving deep into the business world
with expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
We're back with news from the foreign front. Japan's parliament on Tuesday formally elected Shigeru Ishiba, head of the governing Liberal Democratic Party, as the country's new prime minister. Following his appointment, Ishiba revealed his cabinet, comprising of 19 ministers, with notable appointments including former Chief Cabinet Secretary Katsunobu Kato as Finance Minister, Gen Nakatani as Defense Minister, and Takeshi Iwaya as Foreign Minister. And his first major political move, the 67-year-old former Defense Minister called for a snap general election to be held on October 27th. He is expected to dissolve Parliament on October 9th to begin the election campaign. Ishiba was chosen as the party's leader on Friday to replace Fumio Kishida, who stepped down earlier on Tuesday. Now in Thailand, the bodies of 23 people have been recovered after a bus transporting school children crashed and caught fire outside Bangkok on Tuesday. According to authorities, 19 children and 3 teachers are reported to have survived, 16 of whom are being treated in hospital for their injuries. It was reported that the incident occurred after a tire burst while the bus was carrying more than 40 students and teachers on a school trip from Wat Khao Praya School in Uthai Thani province, causing the vehicle to crash into a barrier and catch fire at about 12 p.m. local time. The country's transport minister said initial investigation revealed that the bus was powered by extremely risky compressed natural gas. It was reported that the driver has fled the site of the crash, but authorities are confident he will be tracked down. Chinese authorities on Tuesday said at least 3 people have been killed and 15 others injured in a knife attack at a Shanghai supermarket. The incident took place late on Monday in the city's suburban Songjiang district. Police said the 3 people who died had succumbed to their injuries at hospital. The others, however, did not sustain life-threatening wounds and are not believed to be in danger. The suspect, a 37-year-old man surnamed Lin, was taken into custody shortly afterwards by police responding to the attack. Early investigations suggested that Lin had traveled to Shanghai to vent his anger following a personal financial dispute. Further investigations are ongoing. The attack took place as China prepared for the traditional Golden Week holiday and was the latest in a series of stabbing incidents in major cities this year. Another ACL elite night for JDT. Sports right after this breather.
Hari itu 100 kilogram. Kita ada 2. Pontianak 200 kilogram.
Kemboja datang ni nak tolong abang perangkap Pontianak.
So sweet.
Korang tak nak lari ke?
Oh, kau dah fikir habis-habisan ke? Ini tengkok aku ke tengkok kau
Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
On TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Emerson menarik minggu ini.
Hindari rasuah, perkasakan integriti dalam masyarakat.
Apa itu kontraseptif? Ketahui kesannya kepada pasangan suami isteri.
Ajaran sesat semakin membimbangkan di Malaysia.
Juga ketahui kesan pemanasan global, perubahan iklim dan monsun.
Untuk soal wang, apakah hak anda bila bercerita tentang insurans bencana?
Jangan lupa temu janji kita Isnin hingga Jumaat 9.30 pagi di TV3.
Juga stream melalui Tonton.
We're back with sports cycling, the 2024 Le Tour de Langkawi LTDL. And in form, Max Poole moved into the green jersey after claiming a close win in the third stage of the tournament on Tuesday. The 170.3 kilometers stage 3, which started in Taiping and ended in Cameron Highlands, ended in a sprint finish among climbers. DSM Firmenich Post and Elspool outkicked his rivals to take the stage win in 4 hours, 24 minutes and 34 seconds. Astana Kazakhstan's Harold Lopez and JCL team Ukios Tomas Pezenti took second and third in a group of 11 riders. Meanwhile, Malaysia Pro Cycling's Shawwal Mazlin was the highest placed national rider on the day, crossing the line 44th. The fourth stage on Wednesday will see the riders starting in Kuala Kubu Baru and ending in Bentong, covering 131.2 kilometers. Moving on to football, the AFC Champions League Elite, Johor Darul Takzim JDT FC displayed a brilliant performance by whipping Shanghai Shenhua 3-0 in their Group A clash at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium on Tuesday. Winger Arif Aiman Hanapi was once again the toast of JDT as he opened the scoring in the 11th minute with a powerful left-footed shot. Jorge Obregon extended their lead when he headed home from close range in the 26th minute. The Southern Tigers then put the match beyond Shenhua after Juan Muniz scored from a free kick 10 minutes from time to claim a sensational home win over the Chinese side. The Super League champions will next face Gwangju of South Korea on October 22nd. Turning to tennis, the 2024 China Open. Jannik Sinner ignored the bubbling controversy over his steroid case and a roaring home crowd to set up a clash against Carlos Alcaraz Garcia in the final on Tuesday. However, the Italian had to fight his hardest in the last 4 matches, avoiding a major upset after defeating 96th-ranked wildcard Yun Chao Ketibu. The Chinese had Sinner under pressure in the second set, but the world number 1 staved off the treat to clinch a 6-3, 7-6 victory. Earlier, Alcaraz cruised through to the final with a straight sets victory over Daniil Medvedev. After 88 minutes on court, the world number 3 sealed a 7-5, 6-3 win against the Russian, crushing his opponent's dream of a first title this season. In the women's singles, Paula Badosa upset second seed and U.S. Open finalist Jessica Pegula 6-4, 6-love in just over an hour to reach the quarterfinals. Up next, the Spaniard will face China's Shuai Zhang for a place in the semis. Man charged with murdering brother. The details when we come back.
Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Alah, dah habis. Tak sempat nak tengok.
Drama TV3 Mak? Tengok je lah kat Tonton.
Telefon nak buat?
Meh, telefon Mak. Mula-mula Mak buka Tonton, lepas tu tekan sign up here untuk buat akaun baru. Isi nombor telefon, email dengan password. Masukkan nombor TAC dan siap.
Ya, senang je. Jadi tengok dasar?
Boleh lah. Edit lah drama Mak tu.
Siapa bintang paling popular ABPBH tahun ni?
Saksikan kami sebagai hos Anugerah Bintang Popular Berita Harian 36.
11 Oktober, Jumaat, 9 malam, eksklusif di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Teguh kita bersama.
Thanks for staying with us. In Terengganu, the Kuala Terengganu High Court on Tuesday upheld the 10-year prison sentence and 1.5 million ringgit fine imposed on former Terengganu State Farmers Organisation PPNT General Manager Cik Sadon Cik Yahya. The court made the decision after rejecting the defendant's appeal to set aside the conviction and sentence handed down by the Sessions Court on November 14, 2022. According to the charge sheet, the 60-year-old was accused of abusing his position to obtain bribes by selecting Arkana Jaya Enterprise, which is owned by his son, to supply and deliver rams and ewes amounting to over 107,000 ringgit on November 1st, 2016. For the second charge, the accused had abused his position by awarding the same company with a project worth over 196,000 ringgit on December 4th, 2016. The court has ordered the prison sentence to take effect starting Tuesday. In Perak, a man was charged in the Manjung Magistrates Court on Tuesday with murdering his brother last week. No plea was recorded from 40-year-old Muhammad Khairul Muhammad Taib, as murder cases falls under the jurisdiction of the High Court. Now, the accused was charged with intentionally causing the death of Muhammad Khairul Rizwan, aged 46, at a house in Taman Muhibah Sitiawan on September 25th. The charge under the Penal Code provides for the death penalty or a maximum of 40 years imprisonment, along with no less than 12 strokes of the cane upon conviction. The court also ordered Muhammad Khairul to be sent to Hospital Bahagia Ulu Kinta in Ipoh to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Magistrate Fakrul Razi Abdul Hamid did not grant bail and set October 30th for case mention for the submission of chemist reports and related documents. That concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as a Nigerian artist creates a massive nail sculpture to celebrate the country's 64th year of independence. With that, I'm Sabrina Zainal. Thank you for watching and take care.